Got a new scar. I just had my thyroid removed, full thyroidectomy. And that was about 5 days ago. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to say the first 2 days were, actually, they weren't bad. I was in the hospital one night, and then I came home the next day. My throat was sore when I swallowed, and then I had a very weak voice. But other than that, it wasn't bad. Actually, the swelling started to develop on the third, fourth day. And as you can see, I have quite a bit of swelling, especially under this incision right here. It's called the seroma. When you have a gland removed in any part of your body, the body is going to automatically want to fill it. And what it does is it fills it with liquid. And it's not painful, and it's not infected. If it were, it'd be very bright red and hurt when I touched it. It looks worse than it really is because, there's a lot of bruising on the sides here. But my surgeon told me the incision is really only maybe here to here. And the scars, that's all I'm going to see. And it should be within the crease of my neck. They do a really good job, actually, I think. As you saw with my other video, when I had a cervical fusion, I had a very small, thin, and they actually went along that same scar. And I never really saw it. So the thyroidectomy was decided because of nodules that I had that were getting larger. One was large enough for them to feel it was suspicious. In the past, I had they call it FNA, fine needle aspiration, which is how they biopsy these nodules to see if they're cancerous. They just insert a needle and draw the fluid out and send it out and test it. Pathologist came back when I had that done as not being cancer. And unfortunately, I had developed a hematoma, though, which is blood under the skin that could develop. And it's very rare, but it happened to me. And it was quite scary. I was very close to having to have emergency surgery, but luckily the bleeding stopped and it didn't affect my airway. So that was quite some time ago. And then after that, I decided I didn't want to do that anymore, and that the only way to test the nodules to see if they were getting larger was through an ultrasound. So I did that. And during the COVID period, I did not go. But apparently they got bigger in that time. So the nodules, when I did go finally, which was this past year, they noticed an increase in two of the nodules, one on one side, one on the other. And I could actually see, when I put my head back, quite a lump here. And that was a nodule that I got bigger. So they didn't even, they said, it's got to come out. I know you don't want to check to see if it's cancer, but it probably isn't. It's probably benign, but we still need to remove the whole thing because you've got nodules that are large on both sides that have increased in size. So it went pretty quickly. Within 2 months, I was in surgery having it done. So here we are, 5 days out. Really painless, I think. Besides the swallowing, that happens because of the breathing tube, not the surgery. The breathing tube that they have to put in to help you breathe during these procedures irritates the larynx. It irritates the tissue, the soft tissue going down into the lung. That remains, unfortunately, for a week or longer, but every day it does seem to get better. I've been icing. I iced it continuously from the day I got out of the hospital until actually yesterday. I stopped icing it, trying to keep this swelling down. I had to sleep sitting partially up, 45-degree angle they recommend. And so I did that. and up till even last night. Because if I don't, I noticed that, and I only did it once where I felt like I needed to lay flat because I hadn't slept in the hospital and I was tired and I'm a side sleeper. So I tried it, but I woke up in the middle of the night and I had no voice and things felt really gunky and bad in there. So I decided I better keep sitting up while the swelling was going on. So I'll probably keep doing that for another few days. I did read a little bit on it, and I might even call the surgeon's office to ask about this seroma. Found that out on my own just by YouTubing and so on. That it can be, that it can go away on its own. They suggest just kind of massaging it a little bit because that fluid's got to go back into your, your body. It's just accumulation, and it will settle down. I know, like I said, I know it's not infected. I wouldn't be able to touch it like that. And so I'm just going to wait on that a little bit longer. But I do want to know if I should do apply heat or ice or anything. I'm just kind of leaving it alone right now. And I think that's about all I have to say about the surgery. I think like a lot of us, we want to get as much information going in as possible. And I did YouTube quite a few people, see their experiences are very similar to mine. The medicine I take every day in the morning, I'm not used to doing, so I have to set my alarm in the morning just to make sure I take the pill, which is an hour. It's a Synthroid, to allow my body to continue with my metabolism, which I'm a little worried about gaining weight. Hopefully that's regulated enough that won't happen. But in 2 weeks, I'll go to my surgeon and my endocrinologist in 6 weeks, and they'll do some blood work and they'll test all that. So luckily, my parathyroids did not get injured. So during surgery, that was another concern that would require me to take additional medication to correct that. So I only take the one pill in the morning, an hour before I eat or drink anything. And that's really been the biggest adjustment for me, because I've been one of those to get up and get coffee before my eyes are open. So, I just lay back down and just wait for that hour to go by. Anyhow, if I do hope anyone going into this has been as nervous as you may be, and I was, because it's a major surgery and there are complications could occur, but it's only like on a 1%. So I wasn't too concerned about it, but you do need to be concerned, it's know what's going on with your body. If you feel something's not right, you speak up, especially in the hospital. My nurses were great, around the clock, just great. Any problem I felt I needed attention on, they were there to help me. So I hope that is your experience as well. I have a husband that stayed home with me for 3 days, so that was another plus. I don't think I needed that much help, except for with housework, because you really can't lift anything. You can't do any, major stuff, especially vacuuming or doing laundry. You get off duty for that for a while. And so you feel better. So I'm slowly working my way back to better. And it's it's definitely, I'm happy that things worked out the way they did. I don't feel like I regret, making that decision. I felt like it needed to be done. And I'm glad it's kind of over. And whatever I have to do from here on out, the pathology report should come back in a few days. And I guess I'll go from there. I'm hoping for the best. So we'll see. All right. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.